You know, when you think about danger in aviation, you probably picture something happening way up at 30,000 feet. But what if I told you some of the most expensive mistakes happen right here on the ground? Well, today we're going to look at a pretty cool solution that tackles this head on, combining smart AI with some seriously precise engineering. It's called the Smart AI Hangar. So take a look at this. It might just look like a dent, maybe a little scrape, a minor collision. But in the world of aviation, this little oops has a name: hangar rash. And believe me, it's way more than just a rash. It's a massive, multi-million-dollar headache for pretty much everyone involved. Airlines, maintenance crews, you name it. Right, so we're talking about a really costly mistake. And the key word here: preventable. You see, the inside of an aircraft hangar is, well, it's a tight, complex space, and that makes it one of the most high-risk areas in all of aviation. Yeah, not up in the sky, but right here on solid ground. So, what is hangar rash exactly? Well, it's the industry's term for pretty much any damage an airplane gets while it's on the ground, especially when it's being moved around. The easiest way to think about it, it's like a fender bender, just a very, very expensive one involving wings and jet engines. And the thing is, it's not just a single problem. It's more like a chain reaction. A simple bump in a cramped hangar can easily damage a wing or the tail. And the fallout from that, it's not just the repair bill, which is huge. We're talking about insurance costs going through the roof and massive operational delays. You know, incidents that can ground planes for days, maybe even weeks. And I'm not exaggerating here. Moving these massive aircraft around inside a hangar is genuinely considered one of the highest risk things you can do in ground handling. Think about it. You're relying entirely on manual coordination to move these giant machines. It's basically a perfect storm for human error. Okay, so that's the problem. But what if you could completely redesign the hangar environment to stop these mistakes before they even happen? Well, that's exactly the idea behind the smart hangar solution. This whole solution really comes down to two parts that work together perfectly. Think of it like this. You've got the brain, which is this super intelligent AI guardian watching over everything. And then you've got the body, the actual precision engineered building. So let's break down how these two work together, and we'll start with the brains of the operation. All right, so first up is the AI Guardian. This is the real game changer. It's what takes safety from being reactive, dealing with problems after they happened, and makes it proactive. It's all about intelligent prevention. So how does this AI actually work? Well, it follows a really straightforward five-step loop. First, it detects. It uses cameras and sensors to see exactly where the aircraft is in real time. Then it analyzes all that data, movement, speed, how close things are, and it does this in milliseconds. Now here's the magic part. It predicts. The system actually forecasts potential collision paths before things get dangerous. If it sees a problem, step 4 is to alert the ground crew immediately with visual and audio warnings. And finally, it records everything. All the activity is logged, which is fantastic for reviews, for compliance, and for making the whole system even smarter. And that's really the heart of it. The AI isn't just a passive observer. It's actively predicting what's going to happen next. It's constantly calculating trajectories and safety zones, which means it can basically see a few critical seconds into the future. And that little bit of foresight, it gives the ground crew the precious time they need to stop a collision before it happens. So when you look at the key features, it all comes together. You've got real-time tracking that gives you a full 360-degree view, getting rid of any blind spots. The collision prevention alerts are, of course, crucial, and that automated logging takes care of all the compliance paperwork. It's really a complete safety net. And the best part, it's scalable. It can work just as well in a small private hangar as it can in a massive MRO. That's a maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility. Okay, so that was the brain. Now let's talk about the body. Because even the smartest AI in the world needs a strong, reliable structure to operate in, right? And that's where this precision-built protection comes into play. It all begins with the blueprint. And we're not talking about just a simple sketch here. No, this is a super detailed plan designed to maximize every single inch of space for both safety and efficiency. It's even tailored to the specific aircraft that will be calling this hangar home. And from that super detailed plan, you get the components. The hangar itself is built using these high-performance pre-engineered panels. It's a modular approach, which means everything is designed to fit together perfectly. The end result is a structure with just incredible integrity. And when you see it in 3D like this, You really get a sense of it. You can see how all those panels come together to create something that's, well, it's less like a traditional building and more like a high-tech protective shell, custom-made for the multi-million-dollar assets inside. And this is the final result. It's basically a fortress, a completely secure, climate-controlled environment that's been engineered from the ground up to protect those aircraft from, well, everything, threats from the outside, and, just as importantly, operational risks on the inside. And the engineering details really back this up. We're talking exterior walls with a 1-hour fire rating. The structure uses advanced waterproofing systems, you see blue skin mentioned there, and the roof panels have a high R value for excellent insulation. Bottom line, every single component is chosen for one reason: maximum performance and protection. So we've got the AI brain and the fortress body. They're great on their own, but what happens when you put them together? What does it all add up to? Let's talk about the bottom line benefits. Really, it all boils down to 3 huge payoffs. First and foremost, you get enhanced safety. It dramatically cuts down on the risk of human error. Second, you get major cost savings, and that's not just from preventing damage. It's also about bringing those insurance premiums down. And third, you see a big boost in operational efficiency. You can get aircraft serviced and back in the sky where they belong, much faster. When you put it all together, what the Smart AI Hangar really does is change the entire game. It shifts the whole industry away from reacting to accidents and toward proactively preventing them from ever happening in the first place. And that fundamental shift, from reaction to prevention, really leaves us with one big question to think about. In a world where aircraft are getting more and more complex and more valuable every day, is the traditional hangar really good enough anymore? Or is the future of aviation ground safety already here?